Have you ever dreamt of a Minecraft world flatter than a pancake and filled with gooey little guys? Well, congrats. I've never dreamt that either. But today I will be surviving 100 days in hardcore superflat. I have 3 main goals in mind. Defeat the enderdragon, kill 2 withers at the same time for revenge for last time, and finally create 2 massive beacons. The biggest I can possibly muster. So stick around to see how far I get, and if not, just stay around for the parodies. Come here, little baby. Ooh, got a slime ball. Hey,
they're the villagers!
Going into this, there was really only one question on my mind. How do I get basic materials? Nice, 5 saplings. That's pretty good. We'll take that, thank you. So the houses are made out of stone, and we have trees. Now I just need iron.
I have an idea!
Well, that's one way to get iron, but it's gonna take a while till we get a lot. And these slimes were definitely giving me a hard time, so I decided to camp out. Sorry, buddy. On day 2, I was already scarily low health by these slimes, and I really had no food sources, so my only option was to try and get some apples, and the saplings took forever. This village was not giving me a whole lot to work with, so I gathered all the materials I could, and on day 3, I headed out to the next village. After a while of walking, I finally found one that might have some useful stuff in it. This village also had some pigs spawning and some cows, so I got to work and finally got some decent food. But I also did not like this village. It had some useful loot, but it was not my home. So I went out and finally found a decent looking village that had lots of food and was just a perfect place to set up camp. We got potatoes here, we got wheat here. I mean, come on. What more does this village need? Well, it needs a perimeter around the walls because these slimes were a nuisance. On day 4, I got to work on mining all the trees that were in the village. Luckily for me, it had plenty of wood, so setting up the barrier around it was not too difficult. But there were some stragglers that were kinda annoying. I also decided to revamp the villager farms. I needed a lot of produce and a lot of wood. And my little village is finally coming together. Perfect little place to call home. But the resource issue is still at large. Added some doorways for the villagers. Now it's time to get them some jobs because we can't have slackers around here, okay? Although it will be a long while till I actually have some resources to trade with them. Get out of my bed, bro. What are you doing? With resources being so scarce, I really need to think about what I buy and what I sell. Every little bit is important to think about. Proceeds to waste resources on a lodestone and compass. Spider jockey! I didn't like how long the crops were taking to grow, so I went out to go fight some skeletons. Goofy. In hindsight, doing this without armor was maybe not the best idea. Oh! You want a piece of me? Luckily for me, the bone meal was easy to come by since the sun did most of the work anyways. I spent most of that bone meal on potatoes because they're an easy trading source as well as they are a great food source. So I ended up making some crazy renovations to my farm. I didn't want the villagers stealing any of it, so I had to seal them off.
Die.
It being day 8, I finally had enough resources to make some decent tools. With those tools, I got to work on an iron golem farm because that will be my saving grace in this run. And I most certainly am not going to forget the paths like last time. I actually want my farm to work this time, thank you. Now with the farm all finished up, all that's left is to actually move the villagers inside of it. Which of course, never goes to plan. And once I finally get them moved over on day 10, of course, a nitwit wants to ruin my day and just climb in the boat with them. Sorry, dog, you're not coming with. And then guess what he does? He goes in for round 2! So once they were finally separated, I got to work moving them over into the actual farm itself. Did I mention how important this farm is? Without this farm, it would be so much harder. I would have to rely solely on crops for villager trades. Now with those guys all moved in and ready to go, all I needed was a zombie, and he walked straight into his demise, but he wouldn't get in the boat. Yeah, maybe jumping in a boat with no armor wasn't the brightest idea. I almost died. I always forget just how much skeletons hurt in hardcore, man. Give me a break. I'm not even sure what I was trying to do here, just letting them out for no reason. Luckily, they get back in pretty easy. Another problem to look into. I have no lava right now to go kill an iron golem, so I kinda needed to do that, otherwise the iron farm just doesn't work. On day 12, I finally had enough iron to craft some decent gear. With that gear, I set out to go find a blacksmith, cause those are the only locations I can get lava. But the first village I ran to had absolutely nothing of value, so I ran to another one, which also had absolutely nothing besides a blast furnace, which I yoinked. I apologize about the hotbar. It's there for most of the days, but some of them just don't have a hotbar. Day 13, I finally found a village that had some worthy stuff in it. We got some blast furnaces, and it finally had a blacksmith, which I almost just lost my only lava bucket. And the loot in this place was irresistible. So with the loot, I headed home, but then I found an abandoned village. I'd never seen one of these before. It looked like a normal village just with zombies in it. So I took what I needed and left and headed on the way home. With that lava bucket, my iron golem farm was finally able to work. Now that is passive income, boys. Almost killed myself once again because I was stupid and jumped in the lava. Anyways, on day 14, I patched that hole right up. Ooh, would you look at that? The potatoes are done. I can finally start getting some emeralds to trade with. Not a lot, but it'll help in my efforts to finally get some decent tools on me. With that extra lava bucket, I decided to make a cobblestone generator since there was no cobblestone in this world, and it was one of the only dispensable blocks I have. And I continued the day mining almost enough to make a crappy house with. I really don't enjoy farming crops that much, so I decided to make a machine that would do it for me. Only problem is the little gooey guys keep attacking me. Like the iron golem farm, this will give me passive potatoes, and all I have to do is just harvest them all at once and replant them. Like I said, that iron golem is a huge help. I got some hoppers to finish off this farm and some redstone. Ow. This is the only tedious part of this. Almost as annoying as iron golems. Day 16, decided to expand the farm out another layer. These stupid slimes kept finding a way in though. Leveled up the toolsmith a bit. He didn't give me anything nice besides some emeralds. But I noticed something in the distance. The iron golem farm was on fire. Oh, man. And to finish it off, a spider ambushed me. Ender pearl. Ender pearl. Ender pearl, let me see you teleport, let me see you fly. Killing all the endermen, I got a whole lot. Take a screenie for the YouTube, show the whole world, show the whole world. Is that an enderman? I'ma slice both of y'all, don't test me. I'ma slice you, please bless me. Went through the portal, it's nasty, it stressed me. Ender pearl, let me see you teleport, let me see you fly. Now I just gotta move one last villager to make up for the lost ones. Jack, is it tough? Yeah, I couldn't tell you either. Why is this nitwit making fun of this guy? Back. Made a home with 4 villagers intact. Don't mind me, just gonna put you down there. Inside of my previous farm, I moved 2 villagers in there to get started on working some baby village so we can expand my village. But, like always, they won't get a job. Get a job, little bro. Go. Oh, okay. I'm learning from my previous mistakes, okay? Villager Farm 1 may have been made out of wood next to a lava source. That's my bad. Villager Farm 2 is going to be made entirely out of cobblestone, okay? Last guy. Oh, don't mind me. Just going to give you a little scooting there. Look, come on over, buddy. Come on over. I'm going to eat you. Crap. In the boat. There we go. Day 20. Would you look at that? We got a little man to add to the village. Luckily from that chest earlier, there was more than enough for a nether portal. The only problem is lighting it. There we go. I think this is one of the worst nether spawns that I've had to deal with. But I got some mushrooms for curing villagers later on and got out of there. Another thing for curing the villagers, I needed beehives. And I thought this was going to be easy. Little did I know it was a 2% chance for trees to make beehives. Went ahead and placed roses next to the saplings. I needed to clear out the trees first because they're not going to spawn on already placed trees. We need fresh new ones, and it's going to be a while before I get any anyways. Best I can do, buddy, is 1 mushroom for that, okay?
Another baby.
I was hoping to get a better toolsmith since my enchants on the last one were subpar to say the least. You'd think this would be enough saplings, right? Right? Day 22. Look at that passive income. I thought lava was supposed to burn things. Oh, okay. Shouldn't have said that. It's burning everything down. Upgraded young toolsmith over here, and he finally gave me some tools that are worth buying, so I got myself a diamond shovel. I didn't like the villagers being out in the open with nowhere to go, and it was really difficult finding them. They'd run around all the time, so I wanted to get them a little place to call their own. Now all that's left is I just need to dig out this massive pit. Hey, what you know about Steve the statue? Now let's see this. Oh yeah, that's the stuff right there. The villagers' potatoes were also ready. Ooh, would you look at that? Another baby to add to the village. Yeah, this is the annoying part. I told you it would be quite the nuisance to replant these. In the end, this is the second form of emeralds I really have right now, besides iron. New diamond pickaxe go brrr. Yoink, 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 and yoink. After all those saplings, you'd think we'd have one beehive, right? Yeah, no. So I have to tear them all down, do it again. Day 25, I was trying out some different techniques with the flowers, trying to make it work with me a little bit. Going crisscross. Maybe the bees like crisscross.
Hello, sir. You need something?
They are producing like rabbits.
Why is the cat in the boat?
How are you a mason?
What?
Where is this secret stonecutter at? I still have no clue where that stonecutter was.
Wah ha 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 ha.
1 emerald, bruh? Stock so cheap, you know I had to buy the whole collection.
Oh my gosh, bruh.
This guy's gear sucks. Bruh, get out. I wanted to make the nether a little safer. I also added a lodestone, so if I ever get lost in the nether, I can always find my way back. I finally got my first pair, diamond booties. My chests were bloated, so on day 27, I got rid of all my trash. Next up on my to-do list, I need to find a way to get some cheaper trades, and zombie villagers are the perfect way to do that. Ooh, would you look at that, another baby.
Be free, my child.
How is there 2 clerics? Well, villagers, it's time to move into
The pit!
Let's get your beds nice and cozy. Can't forget your tool stations, too. And of course, let's light this place up so no mob spawn. Gonna need plenty of torches. Oh, would you look at that? No beehive. Something to actually look at. Potatoes are done.
Yes, yes, yoink, yoink. Don't mind if I do. Give me that. I would take that too. Oh, yes, thank you, thank you.
They gotta come down sooner or later. I don't even know how this guy got out of the village walls. This guy too. Would you look at that? Everyone taking a snooze. Kinda balling out with the emeralds from the iron golem, so I decided to cop another shovel. And let's get replanting these guys. Just give me a beehive. Bro. Yet another pickaxe. Just give me a diamond axe, man. One of you. I suppose it's time to finally begin on my house. Day 30, decided to tear down these ugly houses that would be in the way of my nice, luxurious, beautiful, estate. Yeah, this house gotta go too. Bye-bye, buddy. Gave me some decent building materials, though. Alright, day 31, time to build a house. I like to say I learned from last series. I didn't want to make this one nearly as big because by the time I finished that one, I wasn't even able to live in it. Sage also inspired me in the trio, so I wanted to build a little classic, you know, just use oak wood and some cobblestone in my house. Although I can't replicate Unk's housing. Mine'll do. It'll do. This house almost uses as much wood as I wake the villagers up with. Alright, that outline looks pretty nice. Can I get to the bees? Sweet honey. Oops, waited a little too long. This guy's already a grown adult. Get off my steps. Oh yeah, the potatoes are ready. Ireland wishes they were me. Not sure why I waited so long to get a Fletcher. Hey guys, I think my lava's broken again. Is this actually water? Ow. Okay, well, you didn't have to spawn that on me. There we go, it's finally burning down.
Whoa, too much. Somebody call Paw Patrol.
Hello, sir. Would you like to come join me out here? I'm gonna name you Bernard. Stop setting this on fire. Don't mind if I do. How do you keep getting in here? On day 34, we got a nice little villager. Let's take him to the pit. But then something magical happened. Yay! A beehive! Oh my gosh, I've been waiting so long for you, bro. Oh, let's go. But there's another issue I ran into. There's leather, but no paper. I can't make lecterns. I was finally able to upgrade the armorer though. Purchase some of that shiny diamondo. Slop that baby on there, and oh yeah, that's drip right there. And protection. Now that we have a beehive, I can move on to other things, like back to the house. You may be wondering, how am I gonna get paper? Well, there's a couple ways to do this. I could go the old strat and go check out the stronghold, or I could go into a different village. And that seems a lot easier, seeing as I don't have any ender pearls right now. The house is coming along great. I placed some lanterns for some lighting. Trading with the leather worker for a saddle. Villagers. New drip, who dis? This guy is so slow. Swapped him out for the white stallion and got on my way. Thought I could find a faster horse, but bad idea. Lots of slimes. But I found the one paper, that was all I needed. Also, I just found a saddle, so that was a waste of time. I also found lava and bookshelves. This village would have been perfect to start out with. Now that I had a lectern, I can go and get the enchants I need, like protection, looting, and efficiency. Now that I have everything I needed for the zombie converter, I had to get that man in the hole. Oh, you thought. Psych again. Hey, oh, okay. Yeah, I'll get in the hole. On day 38, I was able to get this villager mending pretty quickly. I ended up going for the bookshelves to try and get a level 30 enchanter first, though. Ooh, another little baby to add to the collection. This is your new home, my friend. Gimme that. And gimme that. On day 39, the trees and the potatoes were all ready to be harvested, so I harvested all of those guys. Upgrading the librarian comes up with some pretty nice perks, like glass, which will tick off bottles off the list so we can convert the villagers. Really? You're just teasing me at this point. Got some sugar. Sealed off the windows inside my house and finally slept my first night in the humble abode. Snagged a crossbow on day 40 because it is time to go to
The nether.
for gold apples. And there was a villager here for some reason, so I had to take him back by hand. I ended up moving my portal because I really did not like my nether spawn, and in case you're wondering, it did not change the spawn location at all, so that was a waste of time. Okay, man. Now, what's wrong with these doors? And back to the nether to find a biome with actual gold in it, because this biome does not have anything useful. Why do they have gooey guys in here too? Don't mind if I do. And after a while of digging in the wall, I finally found a place that had a nether fortress and plenty of gold in it. So I grabbed what I could and headed back, because I didn't need too many golden apples, just enough. Day 42, working on the villager housing. For some reason, he wouldn't come off this bed. I got the first villager in the villager converter. Give him a little nudge. Ouch. Ouch. And the next one as well. Back to the nether for more gold and some nether wart, which I found out later on I didn't actually need to make weakness potions, so this was a waste of time. The gold is a nice touch though, and I needed blaze rods to power the brewing stand. There's step 1. There's step 2 on brewing. And last but hardest of all, I needed gunpowder because I somehow didn't have any. So I need to wait till nighttime. Voila. Got my little enchanter set up. I still needed a lot of bookshelves for level 30 enchanting. I have a nice house, so the villagers should get one too.
Spider jockey.
And that's all I needed. There is step 3 completed. Time for the mending villager to go take his turn as a zombie. Although maybe I should have added a roof on that. Hey, welcome back to the land of the living, brother. Jeez, 3. I couldn't help myself. When they make pickaxes, 3 emeralds. Come back, brother. Got myself several mending books just to stock up on them. Also completed the level 30 enchanter. All my stuff was still outside, so I needed to move everything in. Once everything was moved, I tried my luck with a level 30 axe, and it was absolutely garbage. But the stairs were looking nice in the house. I kept having to go back and forth between the villager farms, so I wanted to speed it up a bit by making a secret tunnel roller coaster. And I had to light it up with lanterns, not those filthy LED lights that have been in your room since 2020. Got some more glass on the bottom layer as well, and I decided to replace the floor. That cobblestone theme that I was saying earlier, it's a classic. On day 48, after I think 5 separate villagers, one of them finally gave me a diamond axe trade, which I promptly enchanted level 30. Alrighty, let's get this house on the road, shall we? Now that we have converted villagers, the trades are doing super well, so we are thriving in the emerald department. On day 49, I was able to finish my house and light up the inside, so it is now complete and finished. It's pretty good if I do say so myself. Purchased some extra tools that'll come in handy when I want to max out the gear later. And I also got a swordsmith villager to get a diamond sword. Replaced the lanterns in the tunnels with lava, but it didn't go well at first. I got it eventually. Day 50 was pretty much just trading. I was talking to a lot of dudes. I know you all can relate to that. And I was smelting up some food so I can take another trip into the nether. On day 51, it was finally time to go back inside of the nether, so I started digging through the nether fortress to go and look for some netherite and some gold. I did a decent amount of mining, but I left a bit early because my pickaxe was about to break. Converted the villager again. I'm not exactly sure why. He's not going to get any lower trades. Almost lost him though. I turned 2 others into zombie villagers as well as that guy. Yeah, that was an accident. I don't even know how this guy got down here. Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah, that's probably why. Nice, now we got 6 dudes doing the thug shake. Buddy, are you good? I don't know why. This guy just does not want to get converted. Swordsmith villager was much cheaper though. And he even took iron. I may have accidentally bought a couple bells. How did you get in there? Huh? Day 54, once this guy was converted, I dropped him back off at his station. And one of them grew up. Traded that man some potatoes. And you know, I think my base was missing something. It was missing a slime. Okay, maybe we just don't talk about this one. Ooh, yummy emerald. Now, to continue progressing in the game, I needed some protection or looting books. I also picked up some nice diamond swords because they were so cheap. Luckily, the Prot 4 villager did not take long at all. Even though it usually takes at least a day. Ooh, would you look at that? Some honey. Let me just grab that. What? He's chasing me! Day 56, it's time to tidy up my base a little bit. The paths are not pathy. I gotta clean it up. Make it look nice and pretty. Also have this random carrot path that I never did anything with, so I swapped it out for just the paths. And would you look at that? Another fire. I don't know what the deal is with everything around me going up in flames, but oh well. Day 57, combining all my pickaxes up. It is another nether mining session. I am out of golden apples, and I need more. Then I got swarmed by 2 ghast. Okay, that was pretty sick. You can't lie. And I ended up getting a decent amount of both gold and netherite. The only problem with netherite is that later on I realized there's no diamonds in this world. So we do have to find a way to get some diamonds or I won't be able to have netherite gear. I was also mining plenty of gold and quartz to level up and more resources in general. But here's where things took a turn. Add that to the list of times I should have died in this world. Yeah, that was quite the close call. Day 58 was pretty much just spent with the villagers. Got some ender pearls from the cleric. Converted a few more villagers. I had quite a few golden apples now. Bought some swords to max out my sword and get some sharp 5 on there. And I really just needed experience at this point. I don't know how these slimes keep getting in here. And we got our first netherite bar. Got another villager converted, but warning for what happens next. Yeah, that was straight disrespect from that iron golem, so I had to trap him in there for all of eternity. I'm so tired of dealing with these unemployed villagers. These guys are literally so stupid. The villager got in the boat with him and caused the zombie to run loose. Are you serious? Like, the stupidity of these villagers was actually starting to make me tweak out, I'm not gonna lie. But I got back to trying to get a looting book or sharpness. Why are you here, dude? Added another villager to the trading mix on day 61 with the double boat strategy to help me out in my netherite gold and quartz expedition. I recruited some sheep. With these guys, I'll be able to make plenty of beds, plenty of explosions. Added on to the slime a smidgen or 2. The iron farm has been looking rather plump lately. The villager housing was not doing it for me anymore, so I wanted to change things up. Give them some open room. I don't like being caged up. Neither do they. What is bro looking at? Now all that was left is getting the roof all made and the sides, which I was promptly able to finish on day 63. I went with a stone brick wood kind of theme here. Added some nice windows on the side as well, and red's really the only color I got. Day 64, I was gonna move the zombie villager that had been in here, but he's gone. So I figured it's about time to separate the zombie converter villager and whatever dumb villager decided to get in the boat with him. I mean, they kinda cooperated a little bit. Had to hit him a few times though. Now that they're separated, just gotta get them in a minecart. There we go. And let's clean things up a bit, and let's get back to trading for looting. Day 65, I actually let them all escape. My bad, but I moved them to the middle and finally got some looting 3. Had to grab a book for it. With that book in mind, I'll be able to get 6 wither skulls and finally be able to beat this super flat world. Well, I needed another prot 4 villager since the iron golem rudely killed mine earlier, but it didn't take too long for me to get it. That's a yoink right there. I also wanted some cheaper armor trades, and since the other guy was converted, I wanted a second one just to even things out a little bit. There you go, buddies, eat these. Sheep farm is looking mighty plentiful by now. Also saw 3 skeletons, full gold armor. These guys were beating me up. Alrighty, now let's get you in the enclosure. And you as well, sir. Now I just needed to trade for some more emeralds to grab some more armor pieces so that I could get full prot 4 armor. I headed over to my enchanting table, scrapped all of the gear of their enchants, and started enchanting them one by one. Thankfully, I got pretty lucky with the helmet and the chestplate, so all I needed was the boots and the leggings. Slap mending on those books. And there we are, some completed gear. Sadly, by the time I got to my sword, I ran out of experience. Sheep looking real good on day 68. So is the iron farm. Jeez. After trading for a good while, I was able to get sharp 4 on both the swords and make a sharp 5. Slap some mending and looting on there, and there we have it, a god sword. Now to make the rest of my gear as good as they can be, I ran out of experience once again. So, you know what it's time for? It's time to go to the nether. So on day 69, nice. I headed into the nether to grab quartz, netherite, and gold. I also brought my anvil in there because I needed the experience from all of these to be able to put my gear all together and make max tools. Now don't worry, I know you don't have the attention span to watch me mine in the nether. I got you. Creating max tools is going to get me one step closer to defeating the enderdragon and the wither. So I have to make sure every droplet of experience is put to use and put together on tools. I had a lot to forge through. Once I finally had all the experience needed, all my tools were combined together and I was free to leave. So on day 72, that's exactly what I did. Grabbed everything I could and headed out. Once I was home, I decided to put that quartz to use because I had really no other use for it. So I hope the villagers like their new interior design. I tidied up the outside of the villager housing since they didn't need any of this anymore. They were living in bougie housing now. It's been a while since I traded for potatoes and I needed the extra emeralds right now. There were definitely plenty of people to trade with. Now that all my gears were maxed out, I decided to make another iron golem farm. Why, you might be asking? Well, I need 2 pretty big beacons, and I really don't have enough ores to do so.
Every possible way. They said that there's an entrance to go. When I wouldn't let that chicken catch me, so I had to jump below.
It was a
chicken jockey.
The stories I heard were true, and I ran for the ladder. But I don't want to live in fear. All I needed was more time. Now that that was all finished up, all that was left is the villagers to actually go inside their home. And of course, one of these villagers wants to give me some trouble. Dog, get in your house. Well, I think I have a few zombies to choose from, but I like this guy. Look at that, he went in first try. I don't even know how he got in there, but alright. Day 75, completed the little hopper system for the iron golems, and it was all ready to go. Slap some mending on that shovel right there. The last god tool. With both iron golems producing iron, blocks are going to be flowing in like a lava. Day 76, planted some saplings around the perimeter, and made all of those golden apples I was talking about earlier. Now one of my next trips, I need to go back to the nether for the bastion. So I crafted some fire res potions in preparation, and it's a really good thing I did that because... Woo! Thank goodness I brought that. Yeah, that was quite the close call there. After a day or two of searching, I finally found the bastion. Now I just need to be careful because these piglin brutes are deadly. Man, how many times are these guys gonna gank me out and make me almost die? But I found the smithing template I needed, and I found a crap ton of gold blocks as well. That'll make a lot of golden apples. Not just for the villagers, but for me too. Once I had everything I needed, I headed on back home. Day 78, that nether run, we got a lot of gold from. I am very happy with that, but I still needed diamonds. My idea for traveling thousands of blocks was to see if there was a possible blacksmith that I could find some diamonds inside of, because I found one earlier, but I found something a little more interesting than that. The End Fortress. I did actually find one diamond. So on day 79, I headed back home because I knew exactly what to do. It was time to defeat the enderdragon. I had 2 ideas for this. 1, the end cities often have diamonds inside of them. And 2, the elytra can help me find blacksmiths that might have diamonds inside of them. Oh boy, look at all those golden apples. So on day 80, I headed into the nether because I still needed blaze rods to go to the end. And while I was there, I thought I might go for a skull or 2. Hey, for skull. And you'd think the luck would stop there. Which on day 81, besides these blazes, it absolutely did. These guys were not giving me a droplet of skulls, but I did end up finding some spawners. But I wasn't after the skulls at this current point. I was more interested in the blaze rods to craft some Eyes of Ender. Even though I was searching for a long time to see if I could find some wither skeletons, I could not find anything. And the ones I did find, like on day 82, didn't drop anything, man. So I decided to just head back and let's go fight the ender dragon, shall we?
Nice little fortress there.
Boy, get out the bed. On day 83, it's finally time to beat the ender dragon. But before that, I had to check out the loot in the libraries. Although I forgot a bow, so guess we gotta do it the old-fashioned way. With the ender dragon defeated, all that was left is to find an end city and grab an elytra. It's a floater! No diamonds in this chest, but that's alright. We might be able to find some in a bit. Shulker box is going to come in mighty handy when transporting all the items I have, though. And luckily enough for me, the first island I went to had an elytra in it. But once again, the chests had no diamonds in them. Just worthless crap. So I flew around for a long while until I found another city. Also, that pearl definitely could have killed me. Day 85, I found another end city, and it happened to have another elytra in it. You know what they say, 2 elytras is better than 1. Now, I had been in here for a while. I already had 2 elytras and no diamonds. I was ready to go home. But the only problem, I don't know where the exit's at. So I had to walk around for a long while until I finally found one. I kind of forgot that I set my spawn point there, though. Guess we're doing it the old-fashioned way. Since the sun was setting and I didn't have any rockets or gunpowder, went on and farmed the night away. Day 87, I was able to grab some paper from another end fortress and make a decent amount of rockets to go look for some blacksmiths to hopefully find some diamonds. But you already know my luck. I'm not gonna find absolutely anything useful in these villagers. I don't know why this game just loves tormenting me with this. I have the netherite, I can't use it. But on day 88, I was able to find some more paper for some more rockets. I also found some smithing templates. And I ran into a bit of a problem while flying. Huh. Yeah, that could have been bad. So when I landed back home, I put some mending on my elytras and repaired them all up. Which didn't take too long, the durability was already pretty high up there. But while I was grinding creepers, night 88, I wanted a music disc as well. I haven't been able to get any. Yeah, my mouse died here. And his buddy the zombie wanted to tag along. No sir, get back. Whew, that was close. And we got the music disc though. As the world's starting to get wrapped up a bit, I wanted to add a little lanterns because I didn't like the torches around the base. And I had some extra glowstone laying around, so it wasn't that hard to do. And I got my first piece of netherite gear. And only, well, if you want to call this, you know, this is just drip though. Well, you know, I got all the netherite, so might as well put it to use. And I still got 2 bars left over. Not sure what I'm gonna do with these. I did absolutely nothing with them, but on day 90, I ended up making a lot of blocks for my double beacon, and this was about the size I could muster up. I couldn't really get anything past this. And the next step in my journey is to kill the withers. But unlike last time, I wanted to be prepared fighting 2 withers. This was a long time coming, and I am not dying. We were severely underprepared in trios, and if you guys don't know what happened, I'd suggest go watching it, but it's a great story. But I think I'll be more than prepared this time. Now the only thing that's holding me back is 5 wither skulls, which I have 7 days to get. I may have underestimated the elytra's speed there a little bit, not gonna lie. But once again, these wither skeletons were giving me so much trouble. I had developed a pattern where I would fly around the entire circle, and I would get maybe 2 or 3 skeletons every loop. But none of them dropped any skulls. I was starting to get a little worried now because I only had 5 days left, and I got to the point where I had circled this place so many times that I actually ran out of rockets and had to head back home. I wasn't able to get too many rockets, but it should be enough, hopefully. At least helpful enough until I get my next skull. Oh my gosh, finally. 2 skulls, holy. I had 1 skull back at the base and 2 in my inventory. I only needed 3 left in 3 days. But once again, I ran out of gunpowder and I had to go and get some more. But on day 97, my luck soon turned around. Okay. Starting off a little lucky there. Okay, I only need 2 more skulls. Okay, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. After what felt like forever of continually looping this nether fortress, my luck had finally turned around, and the last skull was within reach. Oh boy. On day 98, the last things I needed to complete after getting the 6th skull was finishing out my beacon and killing the wither. I was crafting a super bow, which I named Wither Destroyer. It's a fitting name, and the time had finally come. Do or die. Kill the wither or die trying. It's finished. With both withers finally defeated, I crafted 2 beacons and completed the final goals. With my time in this world limited, I wanted to make one more build. Something that's helped me through this entire challenge. An iron golem statue. Although we've had our differences, I couldn't have done it without them. Let's set everyone free, shall we? Buddies, come join your friends. Come join their house. Yeah, zombie, you might have to stay in there. I'm not gonna lie. Hey fellas, you know, you guys were really great. It really helped me. I appreciate every single one of you for what you did. Every single one of you had a role in this journey, and I appreciate that. So, I'm not gonna take away y'all's house, because I built this for you. But, there's some doors. Have fun. Iron Golem, you know, we had some beef in the past, but, you know, let's consider it squashed, shall we? Come on, horsey. Come on, villagers, you're good. And, you know, I think that's everyone we have to let out. Well, put our armor up there. You know, it served me very well. And tools will go in the chest. You know, this world served me well. All the iron golems, both of these iron golem farms did me so well. I like my little base, my lovely world. And, you know, my time has come to an end here, and that's okay. Yeah, this little world, you know, I thought it would be a lot worse than it was. This was a lot of fun to make. But, you know, there's not really such thing as an ending. It's more so where the story stops. And my story has stopped here.